Hi, it's Mark again. Today's teaching tip is picture stories. I love using pictures in class because it means that all the language is generated by the students, and I particularly like using this picture story technique because it really gets students talking and thinking. I got it from Jeremy Harmer's The Practice of English Language Teaching, which was published way back in 1983, but he credits it to Alan Maley, so who knows who first thought of it. Anyway, what you need is a story told in a sequence of about 4 pictures. Here's one that I got from an old course book years ago. It wasn't meant to be used like this, but it's ideal for this purpose. And in fact, old course books can be quite a good source for this sort of thing. Okay, so once you've got your picture story, divide the class into the same number of groups as you have pictures in your story. To make the maths easy, we'll imagine a class of 12 students with a 4-card picture story. So in this case, put students in groups of 3 and give each group one of the pictures to look at, like this. Let them discuss what's happening in the picture and help them with any vocabulary. When they think they're able to remember and describe their picture, you need to collect the pictures and reform the groups. You do this by giving each of the students a letter, A, B or C, and then tell them to sit with students with the same letter. You will now have 3 groups of 4 students, and within each group the students will have seen a different picture. Each student now tells the members of the new group what was in their picture. The rest of the group listen and then collectively decide what the correct picture sequence is and what the story is. The great thing about this activity is that at the end of the activity a wrong answer is just as useful as a right one, because the language value in the exercise is in the process of speaking, listening and discussing, not in just finding the correct answer. In fact, a degree of ambiguity in the pictures can make the exercise more interesting, because it's more likely to throw up different versions of the same story. Once you've set this activity up, it practically does itself, but it's crucial that you get the maths right at the beginning when you set the groups up. Here's how you can do the same activity with 15 students. Have an extra student in 3 of the groups, and you, the teacher, take the place of the last D student. When you reform the groups this time, describe your picture to the rest of your group first. Then that makes you free to monitor the activity as usual. The other way to make your life easier with this activity is to have different picture stories with different numbers of pictures in them. That way, if you have a story with 5 pictures, you can use it when you have 15 students, like this. This whole activity can be extended to a written phase if you wish, where students write their own version of the story. Or for lower level students, you could write the story as a text with gaps, and then let them fill in the gaps from a vocabulary box below. Okay, that's all on picture stories. Remember, there are more teaching tips at networktefl.com, as well as summer TEFL jobs in the UK. Thanks for listening.